Hello everyone, welcome back to Caro-Kann Defense. So in today's video we'll be going over a glitches game that was played between Raja Jin, these are glitches players, and Rowan number 1. Rowan number 1 is famously known as Nason from Mulungushi University. So this game, where I picked it, it features the Caro-Kann Defense and some ideas that you can exploit in the Caro-Kann. So Raja Jin was playing as white and Rowan number 1, Nason, was playing as black. So we see the move e4 c6. So after c6 came on the board, this was the usual way of preparing the Caro-Kann defense by playing d5. So there are two types of things that you should know about openings. There are openings that fight for the center directly and others delay a bit. So I can say one of the openings that delay a bit is the Caro-Kann, because you need to prepare it with c6 and then you fight for the center. That's the idea. So knight f3 came on the board. So knight f3, this is not the usual move that is mostly played. The move that is played mostly is this. This is what you are going to see most of the times, of which the advance can occur. So the capture invites the Panov, the one that goes like this. After you capture, this comes. This is the Panov Attack. Or knight f3, which goes like this, then you do this. So if the trade occurs, you know what to do. Put your bishop on d6, short castle, rook e1. If they are delayed, give a check on the king and power pressure like this. If the bishop ever comes here, this is the usual move that you should always, and make sure to power pressure on this file. That's the idea behind that. But in the game, knight f3 came on the board. Let's see how Rowan number 1 followed the principles of the Caro-Kann. He played d5, just sticking to the principles, and said, man, I don't mind what you do, but I'll just stick to my principles. So he did this, going for the advance, minus the pawn being on d4, but a knight was there. So after doing this, Rowan had the option of coming here, which is the usual setup that you should follow in the Caro-Kann. But in the game, he played this. So he stuck to the principles. Somehow, you can even do this. This is just okay. But mostly, if your pawn is here, white's pawn, they are going just to bring it here and challenge your bishop here. That's why it is best for you to bring it to the furthest square and pin this piece that is here. Always pin a pinned piece. That's what I can say. Pin a piece that can be pinned, like putting your bishop to the furthest square where it can reach. If they start harassing, you can even retreat, then come here. Meanwhile, they are overextending their pawns. That's the idea. So c3 was just trying to prepare the d4 push. So let's see how the game went. So this is just usual setup. So playing c5 was just trying to create space for the knight to jump there, and this is what happened in the game. So knight went there, short castle, played there. So this move was doing two things. First, if d4 was played, it was preventing the bishop from coming here, and plus creating some breathing room for this if it is attacked. That was the idea. So d5, same principle. So queen coming here. So the queen coming here, it was putting pressure on the piece. So right now you can't take because your bishop falls. That's the idea. So let's see what happened. He supported it, a6, challenging it, takes and took. So now you can see that the bishop is under attack. That's why Raja took, Nason takes. So apart from capturing with this, the best move was to capture with the queen. Why? What's the difference? Let's see what happens. So you capture with this, you are going to face this, because Raja Jin is a Candegate subscriber and he always knows that playing b4 wins games and gains advantage in positions like this. That's why you would initiate b4. So you'll be forced to move back I can just say you'll be forced to come to f8, because you can't take this square away from your knight, because your knight then want to develop very soon. That's the idea. So after that, when you move, you can even push this, so it's going to gain 2 tempies on your 2 developed pieces, and that will be given too much. That's the idea. But what is the difference? So let's see. If this happens and this, you can even come here. Now that's the difference. That's the big idea of you capturing with the queen instead of with the pawn. So in the game, the capture occurred. He followed the principle that we talked about, playing b4 always. So came there. So notice that the square for the knight was taken. Played there, harassed the queen. Queen retreated. After this, Nason played this. Nason understood that the tail of the pawn chain is here, so I need to start attacking it, and that's why he played c5. So this game takes. So when the capture occurred, Nason played immediately that. That's why it was very important, before capturing this, Raja needed to play this quiet move. The idea behind this, we are putting the black king in check, and once this is played, now you can take. Let me show you. So this can come. When this is played, now you can take. If this is played, you can even do this. So once this is played, the idea behind this is to come here and win this pawn. But Raja Jin had this move. And some of you might say, is this not just a free pawn? Yeah, it is for grabs, but on the cost of the bishop. That was the idea behind. So that's why the queen check was very important. Instead, a direct capture occurred. Nason played this, and the advantage was slowly shifting, as we can see. So captured this with a pin, played that, so he just traded and brought back the bishop. So why he brought back the bishop? He was trying to prevent this, which could have been very nasty to allow, because there are a lot of pieces that can attack this. You can even do this, even doing this. So just putting pressure. He was trying to prevent the white pieces from putting pressure on the bishop, which was like in the same file with the queen. That's the idea. So then we see this move. After this move is played, this comes. So now if you take, I take. So takes, played that, short castle, played this move. So this move was trying to attack 2 things. So if you do this, thank you for the rock. You are a good Samaritan. That was the big idea. So that's why we see this move, trying to put more defense. So he attacks it again, doing this, comes there. Then once he comes here, so here they were just shuffling the pieces, moving them from this square to that square. So he played this, but another move that could have been best is just playing this. So he was attacking this indirectly. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. Okay, so captured occurs. Then we entered the end game. Let's see. So the knight came here. If you're not careful, he was eyeing this square. So anytime the knight jumps there, he's going to win this. So that's why he played this. So this is just a basic end game that we are able to see, guys. So they are just shuffling the pieces, just moving them. If you take, I can even take this. So takes, so pin there, so put pressure on the pinned piece. That's the idea. He was doing so, pushed, moves there. So instead of coming here, Nason could have also brought the knight there. So now if this is pushed, he can take this, but in the game this was played. Now what's the difference? So you can do this, then once you do this, move and move out. So just doing that. So this move comes, Raja moved the piece back, they shuffled the pieces, he captured this, he allowed Nason to capture, takes and takes. Nason took, gave a check, and Nason played King G7. So while the guys were playing this was like in the milliseconds, they were only remaining with seconds on the clocks. Yeah, so this was the wonderful game that I wanted to show you guys, which featured some of the good lines. So from the original one that we know is e4, c6, d5 and something like this, e4, c6, d4, d5, the advance, all the takes, followed by the Panov, something like this was not initiated but rather knight f3, and we saw how Nason followed the principles and stuck to the Caro-Kann ideas and won the game on time. Even if it was not on time, he could have won the game because we have seen how he was grinding the position very smartly. That is how you think. Thinking outside the box can only happen once you subscribe to Caro-Kann Defense, the only YouTuber from abroad.